Alright guys, let's wrap up these videos on the mated pairs for 2023. Oh, it is cold and I've been out here for a little while wrangling up these birds, putting them all in their boxes. They're giving me a really hard time tonight. I don't know why. They were out in the aviary for a little bit, maybe something that spooked them, but they're real skittish. It took me quite a bit to try to get everybody in their boxes, and even now I'm having birds that are not sitting on their nest, things of that nature. So let's try to make these videos as short and sweet as possible. I like to talk a lot in the videos because I use these videos myself later on in the season just to go over some of the birds that I've talked about, things that I may have missed in my notes. I can always go back in the video. So sometimes you'll find I talk a lot about the birds, and that's kind of why. But nonetheless, guys, pair number 7 this year is a new mating. That is Titan. Titan is mated this year to his granddaughter. Many reasons, guys, why I put this pair together, mostly because I want to breed closer to Titan, even though I'm starting to really second guess that. Last season I bred him over his half sister and they bred phenomenally. In fact, they gave me my 3rd place 500 miler at the end of the season. That bird is now breeding at New Beginnings Kennel and Loft. I sent that bird off, and a mated pair or a matched pair, a late hatch daughter off my 155, 2 birds off my very best pigeons to get him started in his racing pigeon career. I'm really hoping those birds serve him well, and I do think they will. But nonetheless, guys, this little grizzle hen is Titan's granddaughter. She was sent to me from Jack Burek from a hen that I sent him. So if we go backwards here for a minute, I sent Jack a grizzle hen off of Titan. Titan was then mated to 211. We'll talk about 211 in a future video. But Titan was mated to 211. They produced a phenomenal grizzle hen. That grizzle hen went to a smash 400 where I sent 8 birds and only got 1 home. The other 7 never made it back. So I decided to send that hen off to Jack because I wanted to give him something off of my very best and only performance based. He then mated that hen with the cockbird that I sent with her, and they produced 2 grizzled nestmates, this one here and the one that Jack kept. This hen here was my 2nd bird home on the smash 400 where we only got 24 day birds out of 400. She was in the money. She took home a money prize. The nestmate to this hen flew for Jack at his loft, becoming his 2nd champion, or his champion bird, 2nd champion in the loft. I mean, you can't ask for better out of 2 nestmates from the same bowl. All this family of birds go back to Titan and 211. So it's kind of why I wanted to bring this back closer to Titan to see if I can get something out of them, something even stronger than I've sent in that I've had in the past. And you guys can see we got 2 checkers. I was really hoping for a grizzle, but we ended up getting 2 checkers this year, and they're actually really nice birds. I don't expect them to be bad birds. Again, Titan is bred very well, this hen included, and this hen I bred last year to the Andre cock, and they gave me only 2 youngsters. Those youngsters flew well. Nothing really to write home about, but enough that I can keep her on for another season to see how she does. So that's sort of why I put her back onto Titan. I'm really hoping to get something more out of them because they've done so well. Again, for me, at my level of competition, and I guess I shouldn't even say only for me because Jack raced very well with them. So that's just one of the many reasons I put these birds together. But in reality, guys, I just want to see how they produce. Like every pair I have in here, I'm excited to see what they do for the year, what they produce for the year, and how the youngsters do. Oh, and on the side note, Mike from Rocky Ridge, if you're watching, the grizzle you got from Jack is a grandson off of Titan and 211. Don't know if that helps you out at all. I just figure it's a fun fact. This is where the birds come from, at least on the mother's side. I don't know what Jack put on the father's side, but that's a really good bird. The genetics of that bird is tremendous. Hopefully you do well with them, and trust me, I'll be watching because again, it only helps me out in the future as well if you end up doing well with the youngsters. But nonetheless, guys, we're gonna move on. Let's take a quick look at the babies while we're here. Again, 2 checkers, actually really nice checkers this year. I was sort of hoping for a grizzle, but I'm not even upset about it, to be honest with you guys. We'll probably get grizzles on the 2nd round, and they're only pair that gave me 2nd round eggs so far. I'm not sure what's going on this year. I'm not sure if you guys are having issues, but I am not getting very many 2nd round eggs. I believe this is my only pair in the whole loft that's on 2nd round already, and I don't know why. But nonetheless, guys, let's move on to pair number 8 this year. Pair number 8 is, again, another new mating. This here is 155, my absolute top money winning producing cockbird in the loft. He is mated to a hen that is not mine this year. That is Eric's hen. This is the foundation to his loft. I believe the majority of his birds come off of this hen, children and grandchildren. This year we decided to put this pair together and split the youngsters to see how they do. My very best over his very best. Two strong families. I'm hoping it's going to be a click pair. Just so happened that they're both pencils. Of course, they breed 2 blue bars, and I love any pair. I think this is a really nice mated pair. Again, she's not mine. She won't be here next season. But for the time being, if they can produce a really good youngster for us, we'll be moving forward with that youngster for the following season. You guys can see 2 beautiful little blues. I was hoping for pencils, but nope, not this time around. We do have one with a white flight, one that's a solid blue bar. But nonetheless, guys, they are really nice birds. What else can we say other than let's see how they do? Pair number 8, guys. Warren 155. And I'm going to call her Eric's hen. Make it nice and simple for us. Well, guys, I am over the moon. Going through my data, I was able to recover the videos I made for pairs 7 and 8. You guys can see it is a different day now. Actually, it's a week past. I was able to recover that content even though I thought I lost it because I was having issues with my camera. I did not lose it. I was able to recover it, and we will continue making 7, 8, and finally 9. So let's continue on, guys. Pair number 9 this year. Pair number 9 is a new mating. I decided to put Andre's cockbird, which we will start calling triple threat from now on, over 211. Many reasons, again, why I put this pair together, but primarily I want to see if I can get something more out of Andre's bird. Triple threat. I want to see if I can get something more out of triple threat because last year he gave us 2 young birds. And again, nothing really to write home about. They were okay flyers. They were there at the end of the season. They did not make it back from the 500. But not a lot of birds did, so I'm not really holding that against him. But for the most part, they weren't really there either throughout the season. So I'm hoping him over 211 will give me that combination I'm looking for. You guys know 211's been one of my main breeding hens. I don't often talk about my hens because you can't really build a family off of a hen. At least you shouldn't. A lot of the old literature says that anything built off of a hen will usually fail over time. And then the young birds, the babies, especially the cocks, start to become more henny looking. You no longer have those nice big wattles, those big heads like the traditional racers used to be. And although a lot of guys will disagree, you know, classic Mona Lisa, right? I'm still gonna follow that pattern of moving forward with cocks and building families off of cocks. But again, you can still build using a hen. For instance, 211 is the mother of Phoenix. Phoenix was a good racer for me enough that I wanted to put him into the racing loft, or into the breeding loft, I mean to say. So I am moving forward with a son off of her, but I can't necessarily move forward with her, if that makes any sense, guys. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. And again, you guys can do whatever you like to do and manage the way you want to manage your birds. I'm simply offering or simply describing the way I do things here at my loft, and it's what's worked for me, so it's what I'm going to keep moving forward with. So again, triple threat over 211. We have one, it looks like a little silver in the bowl. It's coming along nicely. Let's pull that youngster out. It looks like a little silver. Again, I was hoping for a grizzles, only to add a little color to the loft, but I cannot argue with a nice little silver either. So, you know, I've mentioned it before. We forget why we breed youngsters. I think we're so focused on winning races that we forget at the end of the season we're all doing the same thing. We're all going through our birds, finding out which ones bred the better ones. You know, and if we lose that focus and we're only focused on winning races, then you'll never build a strong enough backbone to your loft to consistently do well, consistently win races, if that makes sense. So don't forget, guys, we're not only breeding to win, we're breeding to prove our pairs. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Pair number 9 this year, triple threat, and 211. I think they make a really nice mated pair. But more importantly, we'll see how they do, guys. We'll see you on the next one.